This is a mini lesson analysis on Marth versus Sheik. So be very careful about this kind of interaction where you fair and then you think about down tilting. And a lot of Marths think that this down tilt is not that big of a risk, but it's a lot riskier than it looks because, um, you do this fair and you see this reaction point thinking that Sheik is going to stay grounded, when in reality, she could either stay grounded, move away, or short hop at you. And while down tilt will beat her, generally speaking, will beat her being grounded and moving away, or even sometimes moving forward, it will not beat her jumping. So that's something to always consider is when you land a fair, how are you covering a short hop towards you? Because, if say that you do a forward smash, you do an up tilt, you do a retreating fair, or you do a dash back grab, pivot grab here, that beats a jump. Will down tilt beat a jump? No. And that's like an important mix up you always need to be aware of when you're doing something like fair down tilt. It's like, what if she jumps? Because right now you're doing a very poor job beating Sheik short hop. It doesn't seem like you're really like your inherent neutral tools are addressing at all Sheik short hop fairing you. And like that's very important. Like, you covered that with that rising fair. And that's like that's always something to just like be aware of. Is like, does your mix-ups cover certain things that is, somewhat likely from the character? Oh, yeah, acted too soon off the ledge. And is it a good idea to aggressively take space against Sheik, who is very ready to forward tilt you? Cover that edge guard. Call her out. Again, like these down tilts make me very nervous. And yeah, missing that opportunity to, like, this was just an easy pivot grab. Could have definitely gone a lot more. Yeah, be careful about these fair down tilts, man. Like, Marth's jump is very dynamic, and one of the worst things you could do is just locking yourself to like two patterns only, where you only do fair down tilt rather than like the fair variations that I talked about. You also don't always have to do it fair, by the way. Like you can mix in Nair, you can mix in like empty land, waveland back, etc. Like Marth's a very dynamic character. There's a lot more you could do with a short hop than it might appear. Yeah, definitely. So two things to consider here is that after this fair, you definitely should have kept drifting in to combo to another fair. But also once like you saw that like the falling fair was gonna whiff, like you didn't need to go for a forward smash. Like you definitely had more than enough time to see to confirm whether or not the fair hits. And even if because like this was also the percent where it's very unlikely that forward smash would even connect. So like you could always confirm in certain situations like this is a perfect situation where like sometimes if it's like at 20-30, then I think you need to rip this forward smash preemptively for sure. But because this one's a little bit more unique where like even if you hit the fair, it won't actually combo to a forward smash. You could have easily confirmed this and then like save yourself this very ugly scenario that ended up getting you grabbed. There, you need to be preemptive, by the way. This is another example where, because of how Dare launches, you need to be preemptive to hard read like a DIN with a forward smash. So, certain nuances with some confirmation cues that you could take sometimes. Yeah, I don't like how you just gave them total respect at the edge. Always, like, at least threatening goes some way. Yeah, and then when you threaten, that's like when you could play a mix up. Is like instead of this JC grab, you could have like ran up and then short hop back there to like cover that double jump up there. Also, like you're not really timing a double jump very well. I saw you got chain grabbed earlier, and you time a jump double jump. They should not hit you this hard. And instead of drift forward fair, you definitely could. I feel like you drifted in, and if you kept drifting back and then fared, like you would have at least made it harder. I don't know if that guarantees that you survive, but I saw that like you stop drifting out, and that makes it easier for the Sheik to hit you. Yeah, and again, like I just noticed, I was like very nervous that something like that would happen, where like you're just a little bit too predictable with your short hop timings, and that's getting you owned big time. And like when you do mix it up, you're not cashing in hard enough. Like I wish you at least grab ledge here. You are quick enough to go for a dash forward, dash right, where you dash to the edge, considering how far away Sheik is, and like not capitalizing on sunars like those, like it really hurts. Yeah, like again, you're not capitalizing. You're also just letting Sheik hit you really hard too, as well. Yeah, I'll also like kind of going for fake follow-ups like that. Like better awareness of how you could hit goes a long way too. That's also like another reason why you're losing. And then eventually you're gonna lose a mix-up. So overall, the big things that I saw was kind of not realizing how dynamic Marth's short hop is. I felt like you were switching it up. I just think you need to switch it up faster than that. So not locking yourself to fair down tilt after more than just frankly once is like huge there. Second of all, the way how like I feel like you're also giving your opponent a little bit too much opportunities, like the chain grab, for example, um, and the fact that you're not aware with certain combo slash edge guard situations, and you let them back a little bit too much. That would also go a long way. Like refining how you hit would change a lot, because even though you weren't very dynamic if you're neutral, it was dynamic enough, yet you still couldn't capitalize a lot of hits that, trust me when I say this, you could push it a lot further.